Hi and welcome to Magical Flow Painting. I'm Cathy Ballard. I'm an intuitive transformation coach from the UK, and I'm delighted that you're joining me over the next few days for some creative exploration to practice a really lovely transformation tool that, used in the right way, can be extremely powerful, and hopefully to get some insights and have some fun. So each day for the first 4 days, I'm going to be sending you an email with the day's video and the flow painting exercise prompt. They'll be about 20 minutes long and intended to be done in order, because each session sort of builds on the next to build up your intuitive painting muscles. And then on the 5th day at 7:30 p.m. UK time, I'll be running a live session for an hour that will take you deeper into an area of life that you most want to transform. So the purpose of the process really is to help you move out of the head and connect more with your inner guidance from your heart, because that always leads you in the direction of your highest good. And often we can't hear it because the noise in here is just too loud. So the more you do this kind of process, the less control the mind has over your life and the more in flow you feel. What this isn't about is creating artworks. We're not interested in the artistic merits of the end result, only the process of moving colour across paper, of being mindful of how you feel moment by moment as you do that, and how the energy of what you produce touches you when you reflect on it with an attitude of openness and curiosity. 20 minutes is usually too short a time for most of us to create something that we think looks good. So the mind tends to stop trying and it lets go much more easily. And it becomes a really mindful and enjoyable experience when we can let go of having to achieve something. One of the important parts of this is colour. So colour is a really powerful change agent. Every colour has an energetic frequency whose vibration really impacts our energy. You intuitively know what colours you like to be around. We've got our favourite colours, haven't we? And if you've ever had your colours done by an image consultant, you'll know how much better that you feel when you're wearing specific kinds of colours and tones that are right for you. Colours touch us really deeply. Even just imagining colour through a guided meditation where you move it into your body and through your energy field can have a really profound healing effect, because every colour also feels differently because of its vibration. And when you get into the study of colour therapy, you'll discover how it's linked to all the different chakras in the body and how each colour has a different meaning and different healing attributes. It's related to different types of illness in the body and different emotions. That it's a whole science. So I'm not going to get into that now. And if you already know what the different colours mean, I would really like you to drop that just for the purposes of this process and to go into it with complete innocence. Because if you get into interpreting or illustrating with specific colours, that puts you back in your head. And this process is purely about feeling and developing this intuitive knowing. It doesn't need to be logical. So if you're feeling, for example, if you're feeling really upbeat and light when you sit down to paint, but you find yourself reaching for the black or really dark, muddy colours, just go with it without censoring. Flow painting is purely about connecting with your body, with your energy, with your feelings, and expressing whatever wants to be expressed through you, moment by moment. You are getting yourself out of the way, you're getting your head out of the way, and you're channeling source energy through your body. It's like being a witness to what your body does as it selects those colours and moves it across the paper in strokes or in splashes or big kind of blocks of colour, maybe scribbles, or you might paint shapes or symbols, sometimes words. There's no right or wrong way of doing any of this. So what to expect in the sessions? At the start of each session, there'll be a short meditation just to check in with your energy. and how you feel, to help you center and connect with source, because source energy, or God, or the universal energy, the divine, whatever you like to label it, this is pure unmanifested creative energy. So we connect above, and then we ground, we connect with the earth, and the earth is creative energy in its manifested form. So once you're connected, I'm going to get you to set your intentions for what you want from the session or from the day ahead, and then you'll be given the prompts for the day to focus your energy into and to play with. To end the session, there'll be a few questions for you to ask yourself as, again, you check in with your energy and you just observe the effects of the process. So the meditation will be a guided visualization, and I know some people believe that they're not visual and might be thinking that they won't be able to do it. So I just want to reassure you on that point. So if you can see your front door in your mind's eye, or you can remember what your car looks like, or your favourite shoes, or your partner, or your children, then you can visualise. When it comes to meditation, many people have a felt sense of knowing rather than clear images in their mind, and that's perfectly fine. Just follow my voice, relax your mind and go with it. You know, whatever you experience is perfect. Hopefully you won't fall asleep, but again, if you do, don't worry about that either. Just tune in and have another go when you're ready to. One of the things that I want you to be aware of during this journey is that you're going to be pushing at your edges. So I'm going to be reminding you often about the truth of who you really are, that you are an infinite creative being in a body. You're not just this small, limited human. And the universe is an extension of your energy. It's always responding to you, whether you're aware of it or not. You're here in this life to grow into your potential, kind of in the same way that an acorn grows into an oak tree. And for us to grow, it's our desires that lead us towards that potential. It gives us direction and momentum. At the appropriate time, our desires bubble up into our hearts and into our awareness. And those are the things that help us also get through the difficult and challenging times. It keeps us moving forwards. It keeps us really growing, doesn't it? So desires are so important. And this same creative force that knows how to grow an acorn into an oak tree, it knows what it's doing, growing you into who you're meant to be, who you're born to be. Sometimes it leads you through periods of inspiration and joy where everything feels easy and fluid and beautiful, and other times life gets really painful or challenging and pleasant and, you know, downright scary sometimes too, doesn't it? But when we look back down our timelines and we sort of join the dots together, we can see how every experience has shaped us into this amazing, unique person that we are today. And maybe not all of those experiences make sense about why they had to happen, but many of them do make sense. They've made us stronger, more determined. They've given us skills. They've helped us become so much more experienced in different areas of life. We're so much more aware. They opened us up to new directions, and they closed doors to periods of life that we were hanging on to that didn't serve us any longer and weren't doing us any good. So this life force is always with us. It's always nudging us, even if it doesn't feel like we're supported a lot of the time. And so it will nudge you in the right direction you need to go through your desires. And when you feel resistance or things aren't flowing as you expect, this is a great time to stop and go within. So to grow into your potential, you have to release the programs and the limiting beliefs that are holding you at your current level of reality here. And through this journey, I'm going to be inviting you to connect to the source within you and with your most heartfelt dreams and desires about what you want to experience in your life. And when you paint from this place and you hold the vibration of that desire within you, you're holding it for a longer time with more focus, much more than you would perhaps if you were just thinking about it or meditating on it alone. And that intention then gets transmitted out into the universe, and law of attraction gets activated. But maybe you've noticed that law of attraction doesn't necessarily mean that you magic up the things that you want in most cases. What happens is that you, as you send that energy out, that intention out, the universe responds to you by bringing you the exact situation to trigger the limiting program that you have running that keeps you from receiving what you want. In order for you to clear it, in order for you to bring it up into your awareness, to see it, to let it go. And so that can quite often mean that the exact opposite of what you've said you want shows up. This is totally normal, and it is part of the manifestation process. But normally we unconsciously resist what's uncomfortable, and we tend to push it down, and we don't want to feel it. So when we push things down, and we still have that desire, and we send it out to the universe responds by bringing us another situation that again triggers the program, and this perpetuates, it goes round and round, and we see these repeating patterns. So this is where flow painting really comes into its own. When you connect with the resistance as a feeling in the body, as energy that you're just observing with detachment, and you express it through paint and colour without that judgment, you allow this program or story to be seen, and the fear that's holding it in place gets released, because when you shine that light of consciousness into it, you see it for what it truly is, and the fear has no power. So once you remove the trigger, you no longer unconsciously react to it in the same way. And when the program's gone, your vibration gets higher, and so you slowly move closer to what you want to attract, and it comes to you much more easily. And more importantly, it moves you into alignment with your true path, and flow is restored because the resistance is gone. So life has much more of a sense of ease to it. That said, for the next few days, I ask you to be willing to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, and just be prepared to step outside your comfort zone and give yourself a stretch. If you don't go through stretches and shifts like this, don't worry. You know, lots of people really want that. Or you might be relieved that you don't go through this. You know, it might be what you need right now to simply connect with the present moment and enjoy some spaciousness in your mind and relax and have fun with colour. You know, creating it in a space allows insight and inspiration to drop in so that we can get really clear, you know, make clear choices that feel aligned, and then we can feel comfortable about taking our next steps forward. It will really help you trust your intuition more. The painting is really just the tool to help you feel. And as you do more of that, it helps you sort of build up your intuitive knowing. And you'll find eventually that you don't need to really rely on the painting. You'll just be able to tune into your energy and know when you ask a question about what's right for you. And, you know, if ever you do fall back into a sort of self-doubt about something, particularly if it's an important decision to make, then you can use the painting to check that against your intuition. So in regard of preparation, I just wanted to kind of go over some of the materials that you'll need again. I know I mentioned this in the first email, but something I didn't mention was, in some of the exercises, I'm going to ask you to paint multiple little paintings, and then to be able to compare them all at the same time to sort of feel into the energy, how they compare with each other. So rather than painting on different sides of paper, you either have like one big sheet or a number of individual separate sheets. That will make this much better for you. And as as I mentioned also, I find that paint is best for this process because you can apply colour really quickly to the page, and it's more fluid and uncontrollable. So it helps me let go more and be more unconcerned about what it looks like. And plus, I love how it feels to paint and watch colour move, and I can totally lose myself in it. I particularly like watercolour because the white paper shines through the colours, making them really bright, and they can merge really easily. But you can use something like children's poster paint, or you can get those like children's palettes that are from, you know, the like pressed colour that you add water to, from bargain shops. You know, you don't have to have anything that's particularly like artist quality at all. Also, obviously, you can use inks if you wanted to, or acrylic paint. Don't use oil paint for this process. It's not really, I wouldn't recommend it. And if you don't have paint, of course, then you can use crayons and pastels, felt tip pens, and coloured pencils. Set your space up so that you have everything ready before you start. So you've got all your paper and your colours and your brushes if you're painting, and paper towels is helpful, water. Make sure that you have some lights and space to lie your paintings flat so that you can reflect on them in the final part of the session. And just make sure that you're not going to be disturbed, because this is you time. You know, this is about you taking those few minutes to really connect with yourself and with your truth. So I would, as this is a group journey, I would really love it, and you will find it most impactful if you share your experiences and insights in Facebook group. Now, please post a photo of what you've painted if you can. You know, remembering that it's not about artistic merit, it's about showing up as who you authentically are, whatever that is that day, without judgment. And you know, what you share might be exactly what someone else needs to see or read in order to unlock something within them. If something does feel really challenging and brings up feelings of discomfort or stories from the past, let us know in the group and ask for support. You know, the groups that I've run in the past, very similar to this, have always attracted amazing, wise, loving, supportive people. So you will be among friends, many of whom have had similar experiences to yours. You know, there's always a way through the darkness, and it's incredible the transformation that can happen when you trust. But most of all, trust yourself. You know, the divine intelligence that's running through you and all creation knows what it's doing, and it wouldn't be raising things into your awareness now if it wasn't the appropriate time for you to deal with it. And you can trust that you have the ability to do that. We have all the resources and everything that we need within ourselves for our journey. But that said, be responsible for your own well-being on this journey, you know, because this process, it does access some deep unconscious parts of us beyond the gatekeeper of our minds, you know, here. And you can meet parts of yourself that might be really ready to be released, but which you or your head doesn't want to see. So if things come up for you that you can't clear through the scope of this short online program, then get some external help. You will be so glad that you did. Please honour the confidentiality of the group. What gets shared in the group stays in the group. And please be encouraging and respectful and honouring of everyone else's experiences without judgment. And lastly, if you have any questions or comments, then do please make sure that you tag me in the group, or I might miss them. I won't have time to take private individual questions during the programme, but I will do what I can to answer any questions that get put into the group. So, and of course, you know, the answer to your question will very likely be something that someone else has been too scared to ask, but is something that they want to find out about too. So please ask away and join in the group, support each other. We're all there to enjoy this journey together. And I really, really hope that you enjoy it and you have as much fun as I've been having over the last couple of months. And I can't wait to see what unfolds for you. So I will see you very soon. Bye for now.